So yeah, anyway, chat, I'm planning something a bit different today. We might switch from building this. We might go and do some Minecraft as well. I don't know. I've kind of recently been fairly motivated to create new stuff in Minecraft, which is good. Like, I've got a few ideas. I think, maybe? For the single player save. That is. Whereas that was kind of being a little bit, I don't know. But, no, actually, no, I kind of want to, I want to do the Lego today, just because I think it's going to be a fairly easy I'm ill stream. Also, I haven't really had chance to do anything else, I guess, all day. Like, I haven't streamed. There is also Rimworld that I kind of want to play as well, especially because now we're listening to the music, I really want to play Rimworld. But no, I don't think we're going to be able to complete all of this today. Actually, you know what? Hi. How's it going? I can do scene transitions. I know what I'm doing. I'm pro at this. Hi. How are you? I have, as you can see here, an International Space Station. Also, a dodgy webcam that keeps trying to autofocus, even though I've turned off autofocus. Not gonna question it. I need to clean my glasses. I can't see a thing. Why do I never do this before I start streaming? I don't know. But my monitors are kind of like set up in a weird way today, so I might be a little bit confused. I do have, though, because I'm a smart boy, I got instructions up there, look what I did. I got instructions up there. So, we'll have a look at those when I open up the instruction manual and things, and you guys can see what I'm seeing. Oh, I was gonna get my instruction holder thing that I usually have. Also, I will be building things in that orientation. Like I said, kind of broke up the webcam. Not my fault. I don't think I did it that way before. I think I had the webcam, like, from my point of view looking... Or maybe I had it looking down. I don't remember. I don't remember what I did for the last one. I could look on YouTube, because I'm pretty sure I saved the VOD. I'm not sure. But it's been a while since we've done a Lego build. And I kind of felt like doing a little bit of Lego today. Mainly because I've not done it in a while. Meanwhile, since the last time that we did do Lego, Twitch has a category for brick building now, which is pretty cool. And I think that is exclusively Lego. But the problem with that category is that nobody is streaming in it. So we're literally the biggest streamer in the brick building category right now. And in my head, we will remain that for all eternity. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Get rid of my cloth. I might go and get my instruction booklet thing. And I might go and put that up here. And then it's... Yeah, that's what I'm going to go and do. Do you know what I didn't do? Didn't do invest in a BRB screen. So you'll have to do with this scene transition right there, and I'll be back in a second. The fun thing is I went all the way downstairs for it and I had it next to my desk. It's fine. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, so you might be able to tell I'm a little bit nasally today. I'm not feeling 100%. Just as a general rule, like, I'm feeling pretty crappy. I'm feeling quite crap, actually, honestly. Honestly, I'm feeling a little bit bad, but I have been worse, so that is definitely a thing. Also, I need to sort out my microphone because it's not doing what I want it to do. I don't know. I also have no room. I have no room around here. Oh, okie dokie. Should we start up? I think we should start up, right? The ISS, actually, let's put that up first. Might not be a bad idea. Oh god, how do you do this again? Like that? Is that right? That's right, there we go. It's completely meaningless for you guys, but that's gonna be easier for me because then I don't have to look at the other monitor that is being obscured by like everything ever. So, kind of useful for me. Ugh. Right, okay, let's open up. I need a knife. Actually, I've got a Stanley knife there. Why do I have a Stanley knife? Weird. A Stanley knife. Don't normally have Stanley knives. Well, I do. It's usually in my toolbox, but it's out for whatever reason. I think I was doing a uni thing. I'm not sure. Do you know what? Music's a tad loud in my ears. It's not too bad for you. Maybe. Yeah, I can just turn that down a fraction. There we go. Meanwhile, right, let's open this thing up. I've actually had this knocking around for about a year, probably more than a year. I got it fairly early when it first originally came out, and I've just not touched it. That looks nice. There is some orange. There is some orange in there. Now, is that a number 6? Yeah, that's number 6. Because otherwise, if it was a number 9, then all the other numbers would be the wrong way up. There you go. Like, that's not an annoying sound whatsoever, is it? Nope. Got a number 6. Number 3. Nah, I'm probably gonna have to ditch the box in a minute because the box is massive. A 6 dot? So I guess that goes with that. That looks like solar panel stuff. Solar panel stuff. What is this one? Oh, number 5. You know what? Actually, saying that there's a lot of bags, they seem fairly empty. The bags do. Okay, that's number 1. That's probably what we'll be doing today. Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, I probably will. Like, there's not many blocks in there, so I'll probably do 3 of these bags today, maybe. I don't know. So if we've got 6, then this is 2 streams worth. I think that's a good number. Ow. Everything's achy as well. And there's the book. There's the book. But obviously you guys want the PDF one. Which I think I've set up. I don't know. I might have set that up. This box is very neat, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's quite a nice quality. It's very Lego. Let's get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. Why would I need a box? Actually, do you know what? I kind of do want those boxes so I can put the bags that I'm not going to need today away. Because I think I will do 1, 2, and 3. Let's just move these out of the way. Put that down there. I really wish I hadn't thrown that box away. That was rude. That was rude of me. I'm gonna be doing that quite a lot today. I'm just being like, bleh. Bleh. You know what I mean? I do have lemon and ginger tea though. I don't know why I keep calling it lemon and honey tea, but it's not. It's lemon and ginger. I think that's kind of a controversial blend, I think. But I enjoy it, so it's fine. Right, let's try to think the best way to do this. I'll tell you what, let's have a look through the instruction book first. Do you know what? Because I can do... Uh-oh, I did it wrong. So that... Alright. What page? Let's go to that page first. So, top right, that side, directly in front of me, is the, oh, my back hurts. Is this, but I don't know, there's quite a lot of interest, there's some interesting things about the International Space Station. It's got a flag of all the different nations. I'm kind of interested by the fact that it's got a lot of the European countries that are part of ESA on there, so like Spain, the UK, Sweden, Denmark, like all of these flags are all part of the European Space Agency, right? So really the only flags on here like from that part of the wheel, because really the International Space Station is made up of NASA, which is America. You've got Roscosmos, which is the Russian space agency. You've got Canada Space Agency, I think. Canadian Space Agency, I can't remember, but Canada, right? You've got the Japanese, and then you've got ESA. So there's really only 5 organizations involved, but because ESA is made up of like a bunch of nations on itself, the majority, I think, well, I think ESA is, the headquarters for ESA is in the Netherlands, I think. But there are like training places in Germany. There's obviously they build rockets in Italy. They I think it's Vega that's built in Italy. There's French and like all sorts of stuff. So throughout Europe. So it is kind of like a big community. Actually, this is what it says here. It says 5 space agencies. I didn't even look at that. It does actually say that. It says 5 space agencies. It's truly astounding to think that nearly 16 times a day the International Space Station orbits the Earth on a continuous path of discovery. The space station is truly an international collaboration between 5 space agencies. I was correct. Canada Space Agency, CSA. I was correct with that as well. Nice. Utilizing their technological strengths, participating countries work together under the umbrella of the International Space Station program to achieve common goals that benefit all mankind. I think the main 3... yeah, I think the main 3 organizations that really work well together... I say work well together. The main 3 that work well together to make the station properly work is obviously ESA, NASA, obviously they're an integral part, and Roscosmos. Now, I think I might be a little bit biased in saying that ESA have a more pinnacle role than, say, JAXA or the CSA, but yeah, so I'm probably a little bit biased on that. I think a lot of Canadian Space Agency stuff is mainly joint operation between NASA and Canada, right? But I suppose that's the same with Europe. Not too sure on JAXA. Obviously, you get a lot of Japanese astronauts up there. The first 2 Dragon capsules went up with Japanese JAXA astronauts. So there's that. Anyway, carrying on. That's enough of that. Utilizing the technological strengths, the participating countries work together under the umbrella of the International Space Station. I've already read that bit. Why am I reading it again? The 15 nations. So there are 15 nations. So I'm thinking that. So is ESA made up of 10 nations? No, 11. It's got to be 11. Well, we can count the flags, really, can't we? To really understand that. See, I didn't know Switzerland was part of ESA. So, I don't know. International Space Station, yeah. That's cool, though. Where was I? 15 nations involved provide global leadership to advance human exploration, enable scientific research and benefits humanity, and establish the robust low Earth orbit economy in parallel to achieving these goals, and partnerships that also utilizes the space station's unique platform to provide space science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM research to educate the next generation of leaders and space explorers, which is pretty cool. And there's a little bit about research in space. We've got the ISS 20 there. That's the 20th anniversary of the ISS, which must have been 2020, because it's 22 years now. Yeah, it's got to be, because it was no. When was the ISS actually completed? Let's have a look. Between 1998 and 2011. That doesn't... So, 1998 then. So... But when was the first... expedition? When was Expedition 1? Probably after Zvezda, right? Destiny laboratory module was 2001. So I presume it was after Zvezda, which is 2000. Zyra was 1998. Zayat, Zvezda, Destiny, Harmony, Columbus, Japanese experimental module. Do you know what would be really interesting is if this kit built the space station the same way it was built, like in the correct order kind of thing. So Zaya first, then Unity, then Zvezda. I don't think that's gonna work like that because LEGO doesn't quite work like that, but it'd be pretty cool if that was generally how we ended up doing this. Actually, this kit is gonna generally test my it's gonna test my knowledge of the space station quite a bit. I'm hopefully gonna learn the different modules and stuff and what the different modules do through this, so we might like take random segues and like go and find this out. I mean, I've tried to do this before, so I probably won't do it. Anyway, no, we wanted to know when the unused modules. American Node 4. I didn't know that was a thing. Allow the station to have more docking ports. I didn't know that had been built. Node 4. Docking hub system. Oh, actually, there's quite a lot of... Oh, this is really cool. Oh, but I can't... It's tiny, though. It's a tiny, tiny thing, and I can't see it. Oh, no. Oh, this is a really cool image that I've just found. Hold on, let's see if I can... Ah! Stop it! There we go. This. Yeah, that. There. Which is quite interesting, because we've got like all the different segments and stuff to the ISS. So maybe we can refer back to this at some point. That might be pretty fun. In fact, I'm going to keep that open. I'm going to put that... I'm going to try and put it... There we go. We'll put it there. I'll keep that open, and I will maybe refer back to that at some point. No promises. I'll probably forget. Anyway, what was I reading? What happens on board the space station is also astonishing. The station has maintained a continuous human presence in space since November 2000. So there we go. It even says in there, I was trying to Google that. I could have just read the book and it would have told me. So it was November 2000. That's why the SS-20 is on there, because that's the 20 years of continued space exploration. That's when this kit came out, I believe. November 2020. I could be wrong with that. I could be wrong with that. But I have had this kit since... maybe... Yeah, it might have been December 2020 when I got this kit. So I have had this for a while, and it's just been sitting on the floor for too long, and I wanted to build it, so we're building it. The astronauts on board have performed thousands of investigations dedicated to the areas of Earth and space science, biology, human physiology, physical science, and technology demonstrations. As NASA states, the International Space Station is a state-of-the-art microgravity laboratory that is unlocking discoveries not possible on Earth, and helping us push further into deep space, which is true. It is that's exactly what it's doing. It's doing that, and it's doing that well, I think. I'm biased, but hey. Research on this immense orbiting laboratory at the largest spacecraft ever built, which is true, assembled in orbit, which is pretty cool, is investigating how we can send humans further into space, to the moon and to Mars, to explore frontiers of knowledge. Hi! Okay, so this page is not what you guys can see. There we go. I need to just remember to do this. So apparently this is designed by someone called Christophe Rouge. I'm not going to read all this because this is quite a long piece of stuff. I might read this probably off stream. I'm not going to read this on stream. This is... yeah, but anyway, like, it was 2014 and he received a lot of votes for it on the ideas thing on Lego, and I personally think it's a pretty cool concept. There's a little thing here with people inside something. I don't know. I don't know. I think when they designed this, when this guy designed this and then it got commissioned, they had to go to like NASA and like other space organizations to make sure that it was accurate, because that's what Lego does. Like, whenever they do these historical kits, they have to make sure that it's kind of accurate. Or that's kind of like the going trend now. It never used to be the case, but now it is. Which is what they did with the shuttle when they commissioned that, and that's something I still want, but it's fucking expensive, so that's why I haven't got that. Simple as that. It's just an expensive kit. I can't afford it. And we've got some other Lego ideas things. Actually, on the Lego ideas thing, I do have a few of these. So I've got the Ghostbusters, I've got the Saturn V, I've got the Doctor Who one. Do I have Curiosity Rover? I think I do. I've definitely got the Back to the Future one. So I've got quite a lot of these ideas things that's on this. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. We got some more space ideas in space. Yeah, the Curiosity Rover. Oh, NASA of Women. Women of NASA, rather. That looks very disappointing for what it is. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, obviously we've done Saturn V. We've done that one on stream quite a while ago now. But yeah, done that one. Curiosity Rover. That's only a small build. I do have it. I do have the Curiosity Rover, but Yeah, I obviously I haven't streamed that. Or I didn't stream that one. That's. Actually, what I might do with the Curiosity Rover, I might take it apart and then restream it at some point. Maybe, I don't know. Might be quite difficult. We've also got, these are some fan designers. So these are the people that designed different space things. Wow, the guy who designed the Saturn V was young, I guess. That was very that was a very good. Anyway. Oh, the 10-year anniversary special review. International Space Station is the winning LEGO ideas set via a different section. Huh. Celebrate 10 years of crowdsourcing collaboration between LEGO ideas called LEGO Coos Show and Tilty. I don't know what that is. Cusso? Huh, that's pretty cool. There's also some more design things about this Monica Pedersen. And then we get into the instruction book. Yay! So it looks like bag 1 is just Shuttle, Dragon, Progress and Soyuz. I think that's supposed to be Dragon. There. Oh, and then 2 Micronauts. So does... Yeah. Bag 2 is literally the mount. And then bag 3 looks like a truss segment. So that's kind of disappointing that we're just doing the truss segments. So we're not building it in the correct order. I did think that might be a little bit ridiculous. Hey, Storm, how's it going? How are you? We're not building this thing in the order that it was built. I did think that was going to be a bit difficult because just the way that LEGO is. But it does look like the stand is part of the truss segment, right? So I'm probably going to do the first 3 bags today, and then we'll work on 4, 5, 6 another time, maybe. I'm not quite sure. So 1, 2, 3 there, 4, 5, and then number 6 is like the entire build with all the solar panels. We saw all those solar panels. You're okay, you think? That's not very convincing. I'm not okay. I'm quite ill. Again, for like the 5th time this year. That's not even an exaggeration. Okay, let's get building, I guess. So I'll tell you what, I kind of want to empty all of these out, but at the same time, I will leave them there, because otherwise I will make a mess and I will get annoyed. Lost your job last Wednesday. Sorry to hear that, Storm. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, no, that really sucks. I feel for you, man. Oh, that is good tea. Perfect timing for streaming Horizon and Elden Ring. Well, I guess there's a bright side. You know, you've got more time on your hands. That's always good. Just make sure you use your time productively. Don't waste hours away like I do. I've wasted time today. I really haven't been very productive at all. I've not been at work. So yeah, don't do what I do. I didn't even play like video games today, really. Sorry, I've got my phone, like my house phone, down on the floor, and I just knocked it over. Yeah, I didn't even play like video games and stuff today. I haven't done anything. Right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this out of the way. So you guys aren't gonna be able to see that, but it will be available, obviously, on the top left corner of the stream. You don't laugh, you cry. I'm playing with blocks as well. Nice. Oh, the noise. that could go. That can go. Put that there. I've got kind of like a trash pile going on now. Yeah, so bank number 1 really doesn't feel like you're playing Minecraft. Okay, yeah. Well, I kind of wanted to play at least a little bit of Minecraft. So these feel a lot smaller than I thought they would be. But I don't think... I still think that these are too big for the scale of the... They feel like they're too big for the scale of the... Can you focus, camera? Oh, I'm tempted just to turn off autofocus altogether because it never focuses on the thing I want it to. But anyway, yeah. We'll leave those two there. But I still don't... I still feel that that's not quite to scale with the rest of the space station, because the space station is fairly big. Maybe. It might be. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we've got a third man. I guess we've got a spare. Because the instructions, I don't know if you can see. Actually, you should be able to see. The instructions only says that you get 2 of those. So we've got a spare. You made a massive maze. Nice. Yeah, I've started to feel a little bit inspired again for my single player save, so we might pick up some Minecraft later on in the week, depending on how I feel. Like I said, not at work, because I'm ill again, which is frustrating to me, because I don't like being off work, but then at the same time, I think the reason why I've been getting ill so much is because I've just been doing too much. Potentially, that could change soon. Yeah, I've just been doing too much, honestly. Okay, no. So, first thing that we need to do... Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do that. I don't know where these figures are even gonna go, because it's not like... It's not like they're gonna be able to attach to anything on the station, so I might just lose those. Right, first things first, let's start figuring out what I'm gonna do. I'm already lost. It's already difficult. I think it's this one that I need. It looks like that we're designing the a dragon capsule right now. These are obviously shuttle parts, I guess. Wait. Illegitimate reason. What, that I've been ill at my work? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know, it'll be fine. I tend not to discuss my work too much. I don't like discussing that on stream. Like, good things or bad things about it, just because, you know, it's not necessarily a great thing to chat about, because you never know, well, you never really know who's watching, and I think that's supposed to be the dragon capsule. It doesn't have a trunk, and that bothers me, but that's okay. I think that's supposed to be a dragon capsule. Let's build what I assume is going to be Soyuz. Let's build that. Playing on the pun of me being ill. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not with it with puns today. I'm not with it with puns, dude. Like, oh god, why is that not going in? Okay, this is already, like, more challenging than I thought. I can't, like, put the first few pieces together. You see it now, you said it, yeah. I see it now. I see it now. I understood what you... I understand it. That's fine. And then I guess... So yeah, I think this is supposed to be Soyuz. So I've got a question. Are these parts, those solar panel parts, are they unique to this kit, or... I need to change the light levels on the webcam because the webcam is showing too much of the white. But then I have a feeling that if I darken the brightness, it's not going to pick up the blacks. So there we go. We've got that. We've got that. Yeah, I do wonder whether those are custom, like, for... Like, with the printing, right? Because these have obviously got printed parts on the solar panels. I wonder if that's a custom part just for this kit, or whether this is actually used in different ways throughout, like, multiple different kits. I don't know. Not a LEGO guy, but I've never seen them before. Yeah, they might be custom printed for the kit, because there's going to be a lot of these, right? Because obviously there's a lot of solar panels on the ISS. Let's do the next one. Yeah, just let me know on, like, the webcam and stuff. I can move the webcam a little bit. I might move it in, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might go for more of an overhead view. You can see my coffee, though. It's not coffee, it's tea. It's good for my throat. Don't question it. It looks revolting, but it is actually quite nice. Yeah, so you've not seen them before, Storm. No, I haven't seen them before. I'm not really a LEGO person either. I definitely... Oh, I messed up. Hold on. I think I messed up. I think that's supposed to go all the way down first. And this goes there. Like, these tiny little pieces of Lego are actually quite, it's only in the space station, yeah. 112 solar panel pieces in the space station kit. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of solar panels on the space station, so it makes sense that they would custom print it for this kit. I mean, you don't just custom print. If there was only going to be one of these, you'd probably get a sticker and put it on. But because there's so many, like, it makes sense that they would do it this way, I guess. Oh, I didn't turn the page. Alright. That's what I just did. Doing that now. Just have to be really careful. Ow! My back is gonna hurt. I can feel it. It's already hurting. Yep. I'm not sure whether it would be easier to use my main screen. The problem with my main screen is that my microphone is in the way, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. But anyway, let's build the shuttle. Let's build the shuttle. I do like that they've included the shuttle in this. Every time I see the Dune poster next to you, I remember how many times you've watched it. This one? How many times have you seen Dune? And have you seen the new one? What did you think of the new Dune film? If you've seen it, that is. Over 100 times you've seen this? Yeah, that's good. It's a good film, that one is. Really good film, actually. Actually, I was having a debate the other day, because I've not read the book. right? I was having a debate the other day with one of my friends about this film in particular. He's read the book and not seen this film, and I've obviously seen this film a lot. It's one of my more favorite films. So I've seen this one, and I haven't read the book because, like, I don't really read books that often and whatever. So he was saying, but we've both seen the new Dune film. You have. You enjoyed the new one. The original was meant to be over 2 hours long. So my argument was that this film doesn't need to be any longer because it conveys all of the information that you need to know to understand the story in the time of space that it tells you. And it doesn't it doesn't give you too much like proposition or anything like that. Whereas the new film, it was too long-winded. Like, they could have cut out like half of the stuff in there. And then he was arguing that no, you can't, because if you cut things out, it's not holding true to the book. I was like, well, it doesn't matter whether the book is good or not. Like, the fact that this film exists proves that you can cut out material and still have a good quality film. But he wasn't having it. And so I've made him go and watch this version, and he hates it. He hated it. He said it was confusing, it was weird, he didn't understand why we could hear everyone's thoughts. And it's like, well, isn't that meant to be part of the whole thing, is that everyone can kind of understand, like, read minds and stuff? It misses a lot of the books. Yeah, I know, but like any of the new stuff that they added in the new film, it wasn't needed. You didn't need it to tell a good story. And I'm not saying the books are bad because I haven't read the books. I don't know. But I'm saying the medium of storytelling that is movies and film, you have to sacrifice. You can't give all of the information at once. And actually, my case in point with this is the original Star Wars film. So the original edit of the original Star Wars film, if you've seen the Rocket Jockey YouTube video about this, about how Star Wars was saved in the edit, like, I recommend you watch that, because that's going to do it this what I'm going to argue here so much more justice. But basically, when it finished the new one, I was like, oh, that's it. Yeah, the new one was a cash grab, right? Like, it just wants you to go and purchase a ticket to the cinema and, like, whenever, I don't know. It's like, hey, go and, like, this is the film. You have to, like, this is all the build-up. Here's all your build-up and no climax. Now in, like, 2 years' time, you can go and pay me more money to see all the climax and no build-up. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed the new film. It's just, it was disappointing that it's a two-parter. Because I actually wasn't aware that it was going to be a two-parter until I got to the end of the film. I'm like, oh, that really do. Actually, no, it was about 10 minutes to the end of the film. I'm like, wait, the film's about to finish and you've only told me like half the story. Oh, this is a two-parter. Okay, I see. Yeah, they said it was going to be. I don't listen to what studios say. I like to just go into a film and watch the film. I don't like building up hype and things for films. Anyway, yeah, no, my point is that in the original Star Wars edit, the title crawl had all this information about the Galactic Republic and the Empire and the old Jedi Knights and the Sith Lords and all this sort of rubbish. But they cut it all and they rewrote it. Because effectively, what you needed to know going into the original Star Wars film was there are some bad guys, they're chasing the good guys, they're after these battle plans. Here we go, into the action, space lasers, right? That's kind of all you need to know for the Star Wars, for the film, because here's the thing, if you're watching a movie, 9 out of 10 of your audience is going to have a short attention span, because they're watching a film as opposed to reading the book. Whereas if you're reading a book, you've got a lot more time on your hands and you can kind of enjoy it more and you can read it at your own pace and you don't have to do it all in one go. Whereas a film, you watch it all in one go. Usually. In the cinema, you do. All you needed to know was space lasers. Lasers. Yeah, so my point was that all of the needed, necessary information in the original Dune film, it's there. It's right there. It's right in that film. Anything else you don't need, because you clearly didn't need it in this film, because this film stands true, I think, today. I do think some of the CGI obviously doesn't hold up very well, actually. But, you know, like, how well is the CGI, like, well, I say, there wasn't any CGI, it was all practical effects. I mean, the special effects and stuff doesn't hold up from the original film very well. But what film does, you know? So, who's that with the host? Discount! Discount! We're talking about Dune at the moment. Hi, Raiders. I'm building a shuttle at the moment, a space shuttle, which hasn't been a part of the ISS for 10 years. But I'm building one. Hey, Discount, how are you? What were you streaming, dude? Let me know if the webcam is like slightly too bright. It looks to me that the whites are overexposing, but I'm worried that if I turn the white balance down, the black colors will underexpose. So, I mean, if I like tilt it so that I get shadow, it's quite good quality, but yeah. 1984. So you were 3 for 1984, or 2 depending on the date. Well, I wasn't born, so yeah. But I mean, like, I've watched this version of Dune so many times. Like, probably not as much as you, because I didn't watch it every weekend, but it's still one of my favorites, right? Born in 1981, so you're 10 years older than me. Who doesn't like the shuttle? Working on the Panther from Elite, Frontier, and Stormworks, which is kind of shuttle-like. No. Yeah, who doesn't like the shuttle? I am glad that they included the shuttle in this, because now we get a miniature Lego shuttle. Anyway, I need to continue. So that goes there. Oh, you might be pleased that I do have a PDF version of the instructions on the stream, so you can even see what steps I'm doing. You see, I kind of did a little bit of effort. Actually, I didn't do any effort. That was... I'm ill as well, by the way. Again, yes, I know. I've done something wrong. I've done something wrong. I've missed a step, I think, because there's something that's not level. Aha, yes, I have missed a step. I know what I've missed. That's fine. We'll use this doohickey that never works the way you want it to. It actually worked! It was actually useful! It was actually useful! 2 cassettes and 3 DVDs. I'm still on my first DVD. But I've also obviously got it digitalized now. I don't really watch my DVDs anymore. It's, yeah. Nice pre-planning. I know the pre-planning kind of happened. Hey Fox, how are you? The pre-planning kind of happened within the like 10 minutes ago. There wasn't any pre-planning. Is this step 10? This is... Actually, no, I'm currently on step 9, but I'm kind of half-arsing it. I'm probably not going to do everything today. Now I'm on step 10. Okay. Now I'm on step 10. 14,392. I don't think there's that many. It's actually not as big as some of the other LEGO stuff that I've done on stream before. But yeah. Haven't even started the station yet. Still working on the space shuttle. So it's, you know, it's going well. How are you, folks? How has Ark been treating you? I cannot stand that game, so you've got more goal than me to play that. cannot stand that game. It's more irritating and annoying than GTA Online. What's next? This one? I'm tired. Something woke you up at 5 a.m. Then my housemates were having a row at 7? It's just the animals catching and breeding. Do you know what, Fox? That's the only thing that interests me in that game as well. So I think the build mechanics, for instance, are just trash. You can't build anything in it. So the only fun bit that you can have in Ark is if you play on a server with your friends and you can go around, catch animals, and yeah, that's about all you can do. And I like that bit of it, but it's not, I don't know. How do I... What is even happening here? I don't know. This? I'm so confused with this piece. This is... So this is... what looks like some... rear thruster piece of the shuttle, and it's not one that I've seen before. It's also the wrong way up, which is going to annoy me. Only walls are for the plants to get the greenhouse effect. I literally don't build, yeah. Plop down some cliff patterns. And ocean platform so you could keep some antiques. Aquatics. Aquatics. I can read. I promise I can read. 129 pages. If you do exclamation point Lego, you can see the full instructions, and you can actually see how many steps there are for this. There you go. So that's how many that's how many instructions are. That's the PDF version of what I've got in front of me. Do you know what? I'm just not paying attention right now. You Google it. Can't do English today. I can't do English today either. It's fine. I can never do English. And I am English. I can never do it. It's just too difficult. Ah, no me. No. That's a manual for a car. Why did that not update then? That's annoying. Okay, don't do exclamation point Lego. I'm lying. Here, let me... Why is that not updated? It's fine, technical errors. It's okay. Yes. Authorize. Commands. Custom. Exclamation point Lego. So the exclamation point Lego did not work when I try it now? Question mark? Exclamation point not Lego. There we go. There we go. It works. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't transfer over. That was weird. I did try and do that before the stream, but obviously I didn't do it. I didn't do it well enough. That's, you know, I probably did it wrong. It's fine. It's fine. We're allowed to do things wrong. We're allowed to be wrong. Well, yeah. No. No, don't do that. No. Step 14. Last page of this. Ah! I am on step 14, right? Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We're all good now. 145 steps? Wow. We're human. Turn the page on stream. Yeah, so my monitor setup, because I'm using my crafting area, which is like logistically in front of me here. That's my third screen, actually. I'm using that as my main screen at the moment, so I can see chat. That is my second screen, and then my main monitor is here, right? However, there's something else that's also here. This. This thing. I have to move it right over here so that you guys can hear me. Otherwise, I sound like I'm really distant and far away, and you can't really hear what I'm saying. I just sound echoey. So I have to move my microphone in front of the screen. So the bit where the instructions are up here, I actually can't see. You're disco. I'm disco. Totally sounds disco. Yeah, I'm ill. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm ill. I'm allowed to get things wrong, okay? Jeez. Ah. So yeah, I can't actually. Unfortunately, I can't see it on my computer. I wish I could use the PDF version. Actually, no, I kind of don't, because I like using the paper version of the instruction manual. I'm not gonna lie, it's just the fact that where I've got these pieces. Maybe I put these down here. There we go. We'll put them down there, and then they're kind of a little bit further out the way, whilst still being in the shot. Now, I'm not gonna get annoyed at myself every time I turn the page. But, I mean, there's something more personal with, like, a Lego instruction book, right? Like, is that just me? I'm not changing the pages. What do you mean? It's on the same step that I'm on. It's tactile. It's on the right page. We're on 12 to 16. I'm on step 14 at the moment. I'm on 14. It's there. It's there. It's right in front of you. It's right there. 40? No, 14. Did I say 40? Oh, okay, I'm ill. Leave me alone. I'm ill. Did I really say 40? No, I said 14. Okay. I trust Fox. I feel like Fox would call me out if I said 40. She'd rat me out. She'd be the first one. Ah, Womble fucked up. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have said it otherwise. No, it's fine. I probably did misspeak. It's okay. Alright, okay. Let's finish the shuttle. Boop. Let's get that done. My old age. I miss English. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I need to do the engines now. So the engines require sub-assemblies, which is interesting. I think I understand how the engine mounting points are going to be. So you've got the top engine in the middle, in the center there, and then the other two engines on the edges. So then you've got your three rear engines, right? You've got the 6 mounting points. And I presume they're going to gimbal, which is actually pretty cool. So I guess that bit at the back is supposed to be the orbital maneuvering engines. These pieces. I don't know how well the stream's picking that up. So that black piece there is supposed to be OMS. I presume. Yeah, so that's one engine. So I mean, like, relatively speaking, it's a fairly small build. Wait, what year are you? 21321. Hey, animal. How are you, sir? You're the orbital maneuvering engine. So basic. Croggy on the ship. Yeah. Oh, I'm so ill. Can I stop being ill for once? Like, I feel like that's all that I've been this year. Like, I've just had illness. I'm gonna bitch and moan about it as well. And it's not the illness that that everyone else is getting. I'm just being ill. Okay, that's not correct then. So how is that? So it doesn't gimbal. That's weird. That engine configuration there, because it looks like obviously the top engine is gimbaled further than the other two, but they're solid. They don't actually gimbal. So that's interesting. But I suppose we're not doing a shuttle build, are we? We're doing a space station build, and we've got all of these spare pieces. We've got all these spare pieces, actually. You know what, let's put that there. Of which I've got a little container full of other spare pieces from another build. At hospital today, and it showed songs of storms. And it says at the bottom, "Let it rain." Someone like you don't need that t-shirt on today. You have to be British to moan about it. Wait, what are we on about? What am I on about? Did I miss something? You're late. Needed competent mod skills a few minutes ago. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, Animal, we did. We needed competent mod skills, that's true. Whoops, not the webcam. Definitely did. Needed competent mod skills, and you weren't here. Just got home in the bloody rain. I see, now I understand why we're talking about Mitch and Bone about everything. That's true. I do Mitch and Bone about everything. That is absolutely true. I Mitch and Bone, okay? I Mitch and Bone about everything. Yeah. That actually didn't go where I wanted it to go. Throw it down on the floor. QR? What's the QR code on the bag? I don't know what that's for. I've never tried scanning it. Never tried scanning it. But it's there. Don't know what it is. It might be in case you need to replace the bag. But then if you lose the bag and you don't have the QR code, then how are you gonna be able to replace it? I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what it is. Quite interesting though. So we've got a lot of big pieces here. So this is the construction mount for the... That's the bracing unit. So this is like, we're not even building, we're still not building. We're on bag number 2 and we're still not building the actual station itself. But that's okay. Patience is a virtue, Womble. Patience is virtue. See, now I'm really glad that I've got the brightness turned right up because you can actually see the black pieces of Lego. I think that's more a British thing than a Womble thing, though. What, just being a moaning bitch? No, I definitely think it's a Womble thing. I don't necessarily think it's inherent to being British. Just a moany bastard sometimes, you know. So, just a miserable, grumpy old sod, okay? And I like being a miserable, grumpy old sod, and I like inflicting that on other people, okay? Because I find it incredibly entertaining to watch people swim. Is it this one? I've already lost a piece. Have I seriously already lost a piece? Really didn't take long, did it? I can't see the piece I need. I can't find the piece I need, chat! This is actually kind of stressful. Oh wait, I found it. We're good. I got it. We good. It's these pieces, I think. Have you noticed the appearance of the QR code on the front page of the instructions. 2D barcode is designed to be scanned by your mobile phone. If you scan it with your phone, current iOS automatically detects the code and asks if you would like to open the web. At Leg, watching YouTube to see what it's about. At lego.com. I see. Tells you what's inside the bag. It could tell you more information about what's inside the bag. That's pretty cool. Nice. There we go. Can change that pretty quick. Listening to this music just makes me want to play Rimworld. Actually, I really want to play Rimworld right now. Which is honestly quite frustrating. We're not playing Rimworld, okay? How do you get on with that game? I actually really love the game. Like, it's incredibly frustrating though, because you will put so much time and effort into the game, and through no fault of your own, immediately get party swiped and killed. Do you know what I decided actually the other day? That So I've never actually completed the game, never beat the game. And I think the reason why I've never beat the game is because I always get bored with the colonies. So because I really enjoy the beginning part of the game, like that first stage. Creating something from nothing kind of thing. And once I'm kind of past that level of like beating that first part of the game, I kind of like get bored with it. Which is weird. It's a weird mental space to be in, I think. I don't know. It's not about the end game for me. It's about like weird scenarios and stuff. Yeah, I want to play a little bit of Rimworld at some point. We might play some Rimworld sometime this week, maybe, because I'm not in work tomorrow now, which is good. And probably not Thursday. I don't know about Thursday yet. Depends how I am tomorrow, honestly. Okay, I'm getting through this quite quickly because this is all basic standard stuff. Like, so far we've not came across like anything that's challenging to build. Yeah, also something else that I was saying earlier was that I've had a lot of inspiration lately with Minecraft. Please don't break. Thank you. Okay, it didn't break. I've been having a lot of inspiration lately with Minecraft. Mainly my single player save. So we're probably gonna go back to the single player save for a bit, like at some point. So the games that I'm gonna be doing on stream, for the most part, are gonna be Rimworld and Minecraft, I guess. I can't actually see that one. That's one that I can't quite... What is going on here? That, I think. Just because those are the kind of the games that I'm being inspired by at the moment. Oh, I also built a shop on Jim's server now. So if you're part of Jim's server in Minecraft, I've actually built a shop for that, which I'm actually really pleased with, because it was all built out of materials that I'm very uncomfortable building with, and I think I've done a fairly good job. I'm not going to do an interior for the shop. I've got someone else to do that. I've paid someone else to do it, so that interior might have already been done, because I've not been on the server for a couple of days. But yeah, no, I'm kind of hoping that that's going to go okay. Still on part 11. It's still not fiddly or anything, so yeah, I don't know. No, I can't find. I've lost a piece. No, I haven't. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong with what? With someone else building stuff? Well, actually, what I'm trying to do, the reason why I've told someone else to build there is, number one, I don't really have the time to design an interior build. Number two, I hate designing interior builds. Like a shop interior or anything like that. I hate doing that sort of thing. That's like my least favorite thing in Minecraft. And number three, it involves other people and gives other people things to do on the server. And that's... Ooh, look at that. Look at that one. That one's quite an interesting little piece I've just spotted. Yeah, you can't really see it. It's too shiny. You can see my webcam reflecting in it, but it's too shiny and not focusing! It's fine. Whatever. So yeah, no, it's more about getting a community involved in your personal build itself, I guess, which I think with this server, because this is the second server I've been a part of. Wait, what is this? What is going on here? Yeah, this is Jim's second server. I think one of the reasons why the last server kind of like faded away was because as a server we kind of stopped interacting with each other and stopped challenging each other to build things. Apart from me and Animal, like nobody else was really doing that. And I have the sense that now, this time round, there's a lot more interaction going on the server, and it pains me that I haven't had the time to be part of that. So, you know, I'm doing my own little things. Womble's shop on Jim's server. Spoilers. I'm not going to show it on stream, so that's not spoilers. Oh, I would have liked to have seen that. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, she's done a great job. Yeah, she's done a great job in there. That's really good. Nice. So there we go. That's my shop. I did the exterior on that. She's done the interior. The interior is brilliant. And got rid of the torches as well. She's put end rods up there. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Spoilers, duh. That's not really spoilers. I mean, I would have liked to have seen that first in person, but yeah, I don't think it matters. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm putting these on wrong. Oh, that's never going to go in. There we go. It is going to go in. I'm an idiot. I'm putting these in wrong. Got distracted by thingies. Can you not? Ah! So there you go. That's what cannot go wrong, because I think that's quite a good shop interior, right? Like, I mean, I wasn't going to show it on stream, the shop interior. I was just telling people what I've been doing off stream. Need help on the prismarine farm? No, I don't need help, Animal. If I need help, I will ask someone. I don't need any help. I don't want any help. I want to do it on my own. It's just I don't have time. That's the problem. If someone else wants to go and build a prismarine farm, they can. They can do it, and I'm sure it'll happen faster than mine. I don't have time. It's as simple as that, but I want to do it all on my own back. I mean, it's not exactly a difficult farm anyway. I'll tell you what you can do if you want to help, is you can drain out that sea, because that is a task I do not enjoy doing on my own. Ah! Gonna have to go under the desk. I'm gonna have to go under the desk because there's a part that went flying. Ah. Gonna have to go under the desk. Yeah. Found it. Of course, it's a blue piece on a blue carpet. What's that? Ow. 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 Okay, I'm back. You'll spam it with netherrack. No, the reason why the Prismarine farm is taking a lot longer than what I thought it was is because I've scaled it up since when I originally designed it. So everything has been scaled up, and it's just a matter of time. I just need to put time into it. I just haven't had the time. It's fine. I'll do it. That's the wrong way. I need to go page down. There we go. Next page! Hopefully we're not going to lose any more pieces. No, if I ever need help, I will ask. I don't need help with that farm. That farm is going to be a very easy one. I've actually pretty much finished constructing it actually now. I just need to hook it up with like a channeling system, dry out the lake, put in a kill chamber. It's good to go. But there's going to be two different modes. There's going to be like passive mode where it just gathers resources from an AFK spot. And then there will be the mode of looting and killing. Only help I was honestly suggesting was drying it. Yeah, you can like kind of grid it out with sand. There's shulker boxes above there with like the sand and stuff. You can just like help grid it out if you want to. I don't need any more sand now. There's enough sand there to be able to dry the whole thing out. It's just placing the sand and then going around with the sponges and doing it. And I think all of the sponges are in a chest at the base. So again, that's time. As with the actual... When you said blocks, uncomfortable building, my mind went straight to like ice, magma blocks, cactus, etc. Now you want to see that house. What? Ice, magma, and cactus? Well, that's three very different colours, so I don't think you could. Also, I'm out for a bit, prepping dinner. Okay, no worries, discount. I don't think you could make that look good, because they're three contrasting colours. Did discount?
Hurt?
Yes.
Good. Will it hurt? Yes. Good. Thank you very much for the resub there. How many? 15 months? Ooh. Do you know, I'm gonna need to start getting some better sounds, I think. Will it hurt? Yes. Good. I need some better sub alerts or just alerts in general. To be fair, I don't stream enough now to be able to put the effort into it, I don't think. Because obviously I'm doing so much like uni and work and thing. I just don't have time. Don't have time to do that sort of stuff anymore. That's what it all boils down to these days, is time. Like, I just don't have time to do what I want to do, which is increasingly more frustrating. But I don't know, I feel like I'm putting the time into the correct things now, as opposed to sitting at home feeling sorry for myself playing video games, you know? I'm missing a piece. Please don't tell me I've lost another one. Oh, no. No! Okay. Things are not going well. Things are not going well. I think I have actually lost a piece. No! Are you checking under your workstation? Yeah, I think it might have gone under the workstation. I need my torch. I don't know if you can tell here. I do have like, well, you can tell. This is actually 2 desks. Well, it's not. This set here is actually a set of drawers. So that's hollow underneath there. That bit. And this bit is just like solid. But there is a gap up that side there between the desk and the wall. And one piece had already fallen down there. I'm wondering if a second also went down there. Because I can't see the piece I need right now. I know it's not there. It's not there. So yeah, I have a feeling it's gone under. Right, should we go and have a look? Where's my torch? Oh, my torch isn't here! Where's my torch gone? I always have a torch. Like, I have a torch here at all times so that I can find things underneath the desk because it's very dark under there. Lore of Lego says you'll find it. Yeah, take your slipper off and step around. Where's my torch gone? I've got a sonic screwdriver. We'll do the sonic screwdriver, see if that illuminates. Yes, I know it's making noises. Nah, just stop it. No. I can't see it anywhere. And I look ridiculous. It's a good job I'm not streaming this on the internet, right? No, it's not there. Where is it then? Ow. Fuck me. Why am I old and broken? I don't want to be old and broken anymore. I want to be young and blissful. I swear to God if it's on this desk. And I just didn't see it. I'm going to be so mad at myself. Sonic screwdriver wasn't good enough. I did find a pen though. Time to craft a torch. Oh, I was saying this was easy. Oh wait, no, it's not there. Oh, it was on the desk. I think we all need to ask ourselves that at some point. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. We're on the next one. Yay! Okay. Let's do some relaxing Lego, he says. It'll be fun. It'll make you feel better, he says. I know you're feeling ill, Womble. Do some Lego. Yeah, sure. It's not stressful at all! Ow. I've actually hurt my back going underneath my desk. That's not a good sign, is it? I'm so ill. That's what I'm blaming that on. I'm blaming that on illness. That's just in general. Just everything can be blamed on illness, right? Let's just be ill. This is a really weird Lego build because usually with Lego builds you have like an even number of space there between like your stuff, and actually it's an odd number. Interesting. Let me move this way a little bit. Then you can kind of like put that there. I might want to move around where the webcam's sitting at some point as well. I might move the webcam. I don't know. Ha 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 ha! Stop laughing at me! Stop it! Oh, are you kidding me? So this one is like one piece. There's one piece for that entire page of instruction. And that's like this tiny little hole. Just gotta plug it. Animal banned laughing. What the fuck? What the fuck? I like the idea that that is a username on Twitch. And then just like one day, they're gonna come onto this channel and it's just gonna say, you have been banned. And that's it. I also like the fact that nobody else can see that apart from me, Animal, and probably Discount, but Discount's busy, so me and Animal could see that message pop up. Next page. Looks like we're going for the International Space Station bit. Imga. Why are you doing Imga links all of a sudden? I didn't know that you... How is this even fitting in? Oh, I'm dumb. I missed steps on the last page. I wasn't paying attention. I missed that one. Remove ban on laughing. Laughing is now allowed again. I'm so congested. Why? There we go. So yeah, that's the plaque that it stands on, which is nice. Next page. Next page. Turn the page over. It's over. Okay, so it kind of looks like that now we're going to do a whole other sub-assembly that's going to fit onto the top of these. So just move that over to one side. To there. Then we'll move this back into the center. Don't lose pieces. Oh, but... Oh no, I'm gonna have to count? I don't want to count. Oh no. I think that's right. I think it's 5 out, and then we put the blue one in. The blue one, technical term. Then we've got the black doohickey, like that. And then the blue doohickey. Like that, I think. And then in those two in the center, we've got the big doohickeys. Are they going like this? I think they do. Next page. Ah. See, now I feel like I'm getting through the pages a little bit faster now. Do you know what I have? Okay, so what I watched recently, within the last couple of days, the Book of Boba Fett. Now, if you know me, you know I don't really like Star Wars anymore. You know, I don't really like Star Wars, but I did enjoy the Book of Boba Fett. Not because it was, oh my god, it's Boba Fett, but because I've kind of realized if you watch that show from the point of view of it's not actually Boba Fett, it's just some random bounty hunter that so happens to look like Boba Fett, it's actually pretty good. And actually Boba Fett, who hasn't seen it? before I carry on going, because I realize people get really anal about spoilers, don't they? Do I care? Do I care? Have I ever cared about, you know, pissing people off with spoilers? I mean, if they haven't seen it, then they haven't seen it, you know? You know what I mean? Spoilers, I don't care. I haven't, but I don't care. So it's not really... Okay, next question. Who's seen The Mandalorian and does care about spoilers for that? I will forget everything you say before I see it. Can't get past 5 years in the sandworm. Yes! Thank you, Fox! Neither can I! Neither can I! I can't get past that either, Fox. No. He's dead. Thank you. I agree. 100%. Well said. That's why, in my imaginary canon, it's actually someone else. It's not actually Boba. How can't you be consumed already? Well, yeah, how did the acid not... I get it. His Mandalorian armor is supposed to have protected him, right? But Boba's never had armor all over everywhere. Like, he has a chest piece, he has shoulder pieces, and that's it. That's his Mandalorian armor. He doesn't even have anything over his legs. He wears normal pants. Right? And boots and things. Oh, and obviously the helmet. And the jetpack. Like, so what the fuck? But then if like so Fox, if you watch the first episode, they try and explain how he survived, basically. Basically, the first 4 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett is... Actually, the first 3 episodes is his story until he pops up in The Mandalorian. And then the next episode is, like, after The Mandalorian. There are little bits of interlaced stuff where he's also after The Mandalorian, before The Mandalorian, and so on. It keeps switching back and forth. But then episode 4 is just him after The Mandalorian. And then episode 5 and 6 are integral parts of The Mandalorian. In fact, it's just season 3 of The Mandalorian at that point. Boba Fett's not even in those episodes. So it's called The Book of Boba Fett, but it's not actually about Boba Fett. Even if you suspend disbelief and say the armor protected him, what did you eat? Yeah, agreed. Yeah, what did you eat? Well, not just that. So he, like, at the first part of the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett, he escapes the Sarlacc pit. That's him escaping the Sarlacc pit. He punches his way out, basically, which is very, very heroic. And then some Jawas come along and they steal his armor. And then some Sand people come along and they drag him through the desert. Days and days and days have passed and he hasn't had any water in all this time. This is like, you're in the desert, you're fried. There's no way you've survived that. Like, even if you get past the Sarlacc stuff, there's no way you can survive that. So the way that the show tries and explains that is they basically come up with like a load of other problems. But it to be honest, if you get past that, if you generally get past that and you're a fan of The Mandalorian, you should watch Book of Boba Fett. I'm not going to say anything more. You should watch it and you should persevere with it because it does get okay at the end. And like I said, episode 5 and 6 are more about Mando. It's actually more his story. It is season 3 of The Mandalorian. And when season 3 of The Mandalorian comes out, there's going to be a lot of fundamental changes with those characters. If you haven't watched the Book of Boba Fett, it's not going to make any sense. So you have to watch it. That's what Disney are doing now. They come up with like ridiculous concepts. Actually, it's not Disney, it's Jon Favreau, because he's the one that's wrote all these. I've seen the scene of him flying a space thing. Yeah, he's got a Naboo. So yeah, 8 to 21 days without food, water is all it takes. Obviously less in harsher conditions. Yeah, it's also Tatooine with 2 suns. And you're in a desert, so it's hot, right? Like, it's harsher conditions. I agree, it's ridiculous. I guess maybe it's because, you know, it's Star Wars, so it's made up fantasy land of bantha tanks and... I don't know, but... Jon Favreau is so good. Yes and no. I think... I definitely think that the final episodes of the Book of Boba Fett fix a lot of problems that Season 2 of The Mandalorian had. Yeah, I mean, there are issues through the show. Fundamentally, I did actually enjoy the show, and it's got me wanting to watch more Star Wars, where before I went into the show, and before I went into The Mandalorian, I was just done. I was done. I didn't give a shit about Star Wars anymore. Genetically altered to make his own water and food, yeah. Someone died in Death Valley last few years in under 12 hours. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's not realistic in that account whatsoever. But again, it's Star Wars with space lasers and things. But no, it has got me wanting to watch Star Wars again, which I guess is a good sign. And as Animal said, Jon Favreau is good. He's alright, he's fine. I think he's a very good concept writer, so he has like a good initial concept. But like with all writers these days, he struggles to follow up on it and finish, like, tell a good ending. Like, I think a lot of writers just have always struggled with figuring out a good ending for something. Like, but maybe that's not the point. Maybe the ending isn't the point of the show. The journey on how you get there is the point. So. But yeah, fundamentally, Fox, if you like and are a fan of The Mandalorian, you kind of have to watch The Book of Boba Fett, which sucks. You have to, because otherwise when Season 3 of The Mandalorian comes out, you're not going to understand what is happening, fundamentally. Yeah. I wasn't going to watch Boba Fett, but someone pretty much told me that. I was like, oh, fine, I'll watch it, whatever. I kind of watched, it's fine. But again, the show isn't really about Boba. It's not about him at all. Well, the first 3 episodes are. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent with it. It was fine. It was a fine show. It wasn't amazing. But it's all Jon Favreau's doing. It's a Jon Favreau story. Never started Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Honestly, Fox? Honestly? Don't. Season 1 is all you need with The Mandalorian. I think that's got a good... That's definitely the best part of the show, by a long way. If you didn't watch... If you watched the first season and you felt, oh yeah, that's enough of this show, then stop there, because it doesn't get any better. If you've got to the point where you're invested in the characters and you're like, oh, now I kind of want to know how things are going to play out, you may as well watch it. It's probably not going to be enjoyable for you, but, you know. Straight up refusing Season 2 of The Witcher. I couldn't even watch Episode 1 of The Witcher. Did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy that show. It was boring and slow and dull, and I fell asleep multiple times. Multiple times. I might give it another go. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Witcher series of games either, so I think maybe that's... Yeah. Didn't get me invested enough in Season 1 for me to give a crap. I never saw another episode, so I gave it far more of a chance than I should have. I see. Sleep therapy with The Witcher Season 2. Is it seriously that bad? this back. Please don't knock everything everywhere. Let's do that. Let's do that. There? Please don't break. Game. Thank you. Okay, so that's that. I presume I need to clip these in as well. Like that. There we go. So that's actually not structurally rigid, I don't think. I don't know. And then I need 1, 2. Huh. Oh, I missed doing that on the thing before. That's fine. Who killed the portal chicken? What portal chicken? What portal chicken? What are you on about? The portal chicken, duh! I don't know. I didn't know that there was a chicken in the game Portal. Haha, you see what I did there? Whoa! I'm not happy about it. You're not happy about it. Nobody's happy about it. I need to turn the page on that as well. There was a chicken. Well, either it despawned or someone killed it. What can I say? By someone, I probably mean me, because I do kill random animals a lot. That's not what I want. Chickens don't despawn, you muppet. Incorrect. Chickens absolutely can despawn. If you have the right conditions. Way, we did it! Yay! We've completed the bag. That's it. We're done. We're done. We've done the International Space Station. That's it. That's the International Space Station done. GG game. Yep, GG, GG. You know, we got the shuttle. We got Dragon. We got a Soyuz. We got Progress. We've got 3 astronauts. You know, it's complete. Oh wait, no! Oh no, we got another bag. Let's move that up there. I don't know if you guys can see that. You might not be able to see those up there because the instructions are in the way for you, but hey, it's fine. That's actually what it's supposed to look like. So we're on bag number 3 out of 6. So, yeah. Green. I feel like you've left out a few steps. Yeah. So, the next part looks like it's definitely going to be the truss. Janice! Ew! Ew! Why would you do that? That was a big boy sub. Thanks, Janice. Thank you. Did you make your soup? Are you feeling better? You feeling better? I'm ill. I'm ill as well. So earlier today, I was trying to message someone, say, oh, you need to go and make some soup. And I accidentally sent the message to Janice, and she's just like, how do you know I need soup? It's like, I wasn't talking to you. Go away. She's like, well, I'm ill and I need soup. Like, how did you know this? I'm like, well, there's someone else that's ill that needs soup. And I'm ill. We're all ill. The whole world is ill. You ordered the soup. Yeah, I'm not feeling great. I'm feeling a little bit better. I haven't had soup myself, but I don't think I'm that ill that I need soup. If I was that ill that I needed soup to make me feel better, I probably wouldn't be streaming, right? Give soup to the world. The whole world is ill. Odd news, bruv. Well, to be fair, Animal, we are in a pandemic. That's literally what the pandemic means. The whole world is ill. So I'm not wrong. It's a global pandemic. Watches the world drown in soup. Oh, old news. Old news. I see. Never mind. Not odd. I read that as odd. Okay, whatever. I'm dyslexic. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I will curb my sarcasm as appropriate. So we're definitely designing the truss segments now. Also, there's a lot more white in this part of the build. I'm tempted to turn down the brightness or the white balance of this camera so you guys can see the white a little bit better, because it looks a little bit over contrasted right now. Also, I'm gross. Apparently I'm gross. Why am I gross? What did I do wrong this time? What did I do this time? Why am I gross? Why am I gross? What did I do? Just because you are. Okay, that's fine. Do you know how I was complaining on Twitter about watermelon flavored sweets and confectionery? This is where that came. Well, actually, this isn't where this came from. But yeah, I've got watermelon flavored sweets. I decided to be like, oh, I'm gonna try this out. I think that's a watermelon slice. What did watermelon ever do to you? It's not supposed to be a sweet. It's not supposed to be confectionery. It's a fruit. It's a fruit, damn it. I like watermelon. Which is why I don't like the watermelon sweets or the candies, whatever you call them. It's weird. Stop doing that, Americans. Apples are also fruit. Guess what? Apple flavored sweets are also terrible. It's also bad. Strawberry, cherry candy. Cherry. Yeah, okay, cherry. Orange. Orange is bad. Yes, agreed. I do actually. Lemon. Grape. Yeah, fucking grape. What is grape? Grape's weird as well. Like, why would you have grape? That's such a weird one to me. Like, at least cherry, orange, strawberry, that kind of makes sense. Grape! 70% of candy made with the idea of fruit flavor. Yeah, to be fair, that's the same here as well. That's not new. It's just weird, okay? Grape doesn't taste like grapes, though. But you love it. I like grapes. I like grapes. Okay? I like grapes. I'm just gonna keep saying I like grapes until you understand. I like grapes. I need to turn my page. Like my actual page. Not just the digital PDF version, because I can't actually see the digital PDF version because my microphone's in the way. So yeah, we're definitely doing the trust segments first. I like turtles. I've got a question, Janice. What's your favorite Pokemon? I don't know why I asked that, but it's an important question. I realized that was also slightly random. Is there a panda Pokemon? I feel like you would be the one to ask. You don't do Pokemon. You don't do Pokemon. That's boring. That's boring. I used to do Pokemon. I used to really enjoy Pokemon. I'm talking about like the Pikachus, the Charmanders, Squirtles. Those ones. I enjoyed those. This is why we were not besties, Jen. Doesn't even Pokemon. To be fair, I haven't really done... my extent of Pokemon these days is... I've got the Game Boy Advance emulator on my phone. And very occasionally, when I'm doing number 2s, I'll pull my phone out and I'll play a little bit of Pokemon Leaf Green. But that's about my extent of Pokemon these days. Beats reading a newspaper, okay? Beats reading a newspaper. Use the shooters. Oh, the back of the shampoo bottle. Oh god, no. What conversation did I start? This was supposed to be an innocent conversation about Pokemon, and now it's a conversation about number 2s, okay? I wanted to know whether there was a panda-based Pokemon. That I was gonna ask you, because I figured that you would like that sort of a thing. Because you're a weirdo. Janice. So that's why I was asking. But now I'm not going to be able to find out. I'm out of... Oh, no, it's there. Okay, we're good. The back of the shampoo bottle, though. That's just... Why is the shampoo bottle near your toilet? Why is it not in your shower? Or your bath? Unless you, I guess your shower and your bath might be next to your toilet, but aren't you like sat down when you're on the toilet? And the shampoo bottle's quite high? Like, I don't get that, Janice. I really don't get that one. Page down! Ingredients: aqua, bulbasauric acid, Gregorian basalt, thyme, oil, horsehair, xenoboric ethanol. I don't know what xenoboric is. Is that a Pokemon as well? I got the Bulbasaur reference, and I got the, no, I got the Bulbasaur reference. I got that one. Okay. I got that one. See, now I'm questioning whether Animal went to go and find some shampoo so he could read the ingredients off of the back of the shampoo and see if he could make really bad Pokemon puns out of the ingredients of the shampoo. Or whether he already had that memorized and has already had this conversation with someone else at some point. Already had the conversation with like someone else at some point. It is then. If you didn't go and get the shampoo bottle, that's the only other option. already had this conversation with someone. I was too lazy to get out of my way to grab one. 4 bottle backs already? What, today? Why are you reading so much shampoo bottle backs? Also, why is this conversation down this route? Like, this is a really weird thing. Can we not? Can we, like, talk about something civilized? Mind you, we were talking about Star Wars earlier, and that's, like, pretty much the same thing, right? Like... So uncivilized. Oh, did I just made a prequel reference? I hate myself. I actually do for that. Can I memorize 4 bottles I once read randomly in my life, but not at all things I need to remember? Another happy landing. Yeah. Yeah. It's quite bad now that the prequels aren't the worst part of Star Wars fandom. Like, we're now living in a world where the prequels aren't actually the worst thing that happened to Star Wars. Like we're actually living in that world now. Think about that for a second. Like, the prequels actively aren't the worst thing. That's so weird to me. I don't know how I feel about it. This looks not complicated, but fiddly. Wait, is this part of the Rimworld track? I've not heard this part before. I return with cold pizza. Honestly, you've not missed much of a conversation. I'm gonna blame Genis. And we're just gonna move on. This is the end song when you launch a rocket. Yeah, you see, you can tell I've never actually launched a rocket in Rimworld then, I guess. Yeah. No, I've never beat the game in Rimworld. That's why I've never heard this song before. Last of the OST. It probably is the last of the OST, yeah. How long have I been streaming? Nearly 2 hours. I think the OST was about 2 hours. Of course you do! Well, it was your fault, okay? I don't actually know if it was your fault, but yeah. Definitely blaming it on you. Easy, safe bet, right? I guess it's the low-hanging fruit at this point that I blame things on Genis. I need that one as well. I really dig this music, though. Maybe we need to beat Rimworld at one point. The thing I was saying about Rimworld earlier was that I think a lot of my personal enjoyment for Rimworld comes from starting afresh and starting a new world. That's why I've never beat the game. I don't like sticking around with the same world, which is why I'm doing like insane levels of difficulty. Well, I say insane levels of difficulty. It's not like massively difficult. There are harder levels of Rimworld than what I do with it, but I do enjoy losing. So, oh no! Oh, I think you're that way with Skyrim. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it is a matter of I enjoy the beginning of the game so much. Like, I enjoy like that initial struggle, but not so much doing the main quest chains. Yeah. Nice. Next page. I'm very quickly going to get through this. Should we have a look, see if the OST has finished? The OST has finished. Do that one. That one's a safe one. Ah. Where are we now? Oh, I didn't actually turn the page. Okay, that's not awkward. I did for you guys, not for me. Stellaris! I did, yeah, I chose Stellaris. Enjoy playing, but not so much the main chains. I will just run off and be Thane of everywhere, master of all guilds, maxed out stats, hunted down every non-radical side quest. And it's time to fight Alduin. Yeah, I don't know Skyrim enough to understand those references, but I'll take your word for it. Right. We should play Stellaris at some point. I think I would enjoy that game. I mean, there's a lot of games that I would probably enjoy though, to be fair, and yeah, it's just finding the time. Is the big bad end boss. I see. See, I'm the complete opposite with Minecraft. So for me to enjoy Minecraft, I have to race to the end. And then get like shulker boxes and elytra and things like that. If I don't have those fundamental things, I'm not enjoying... Although that being said, I have really enjoyed my single player save, where I haven't... Where I haven't been rushing to the end and like starting that off from scratch, but still, it's a bit of a slog because I don't have the time! Alright, we need to do another one of those so it goes on the other side. But yeah, no, for me with Rimworld, it's like trying out crazy scenarios. In fact, what I might do with Rimworld, like, once I've kind of got fed up of this cannibalism, naked brutality run concept, because that has been actually fairly challenging. What I might do is, we might do, like, scenario, like, pick a scenario for the next world, like channel reward points. I don't use the channel reward points enough, I don't think. Mainly because I feel like I don't know, I can't think of ways of making it not... weird. Because the whole point in channel reward points is that you are required to watch the stream in order to interact with the stream. I just don't believe that that should be a thing. So that being said, I don't know. I mean, I don't stream enough for one, right? Like, actively, I'm far too busy these days. And so, I don't know. I don't know, I'm thinking out loud. That's all. Dance for us, monkey. Yeah, that's kind of what channel reward points are. It's like... yeah, pretty much. Stream points, yeah. General commentary on stream points. Yeah, I understood. I somewhat agree. So, I don't know. I've seen some very interesting things done with reward points. Put things that you would enjoy as well. Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to do stuff that you don't want to do. I've seen some very interesting and good concepts for stream points. And I kind of like, when I was trying to set up my Kerbal save, I liked the concept of people purchasing, like, tickets on Kerbal flights and putting their Kerbals in the game and things like that. I kind of enjoy that. That's not a bad idea, because that's not telling me what to do. Well, it kind of is, but I don't know, it brings a level of interaction to the game, like that extra level of interaction. So I do like that when you're adding a level of interaction to your audience. However, I don't like it when people are like, oh, this is the 420 stream alert. Whenever you do it, it's gonna send like a shock thing through my ears and it'll make me scared. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not fun. Or, ban so-and-so for X amount of channel points. No, don't do that. Yeah. Built a satellite mission ready to redeem points. You did, Discount. You did. I never did that. I'm sorry, dude. See, that was another issue that I have with the concept of doing that. Like, I like the idea of someone building something for me and then I do it in my save, but I just never ended up with the time, and then by the time I did get the time to do it, I'd kind of lost the enthusiasm of the initial idea. So I was reluctant to do that, and then because I was reluctant, I started to do it. I stopped doing it. I had a redemption to make a follower for Skyrim. Yeah, if you see those things go on, you just leave. Yeah, I know. I think we're in the same mentality as that, folks. Wear a different hat redeem. Yeah, what's the point? What's the point in those? Or change the overlay of the... I've seen those ones a lot. Like, change the overlay of the stream. Oh, now the stream sees everything in black and white for, like, half an hour. Why? The only times that I think that they would come in is, say, like, you're doing a music stream and chat can actively interact with the lights behind you and stuff like that. That would be really cool to do it that way. That would be pretty funky, actually. I quite like that. Silence for 10 minutes. Oh, God, yeah, they're rubbish. Yeah, the banning definitely encourages toxic mentality. I agree with that, folks. Ugh. Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah. Be a mod for a day, yeah. Let's keep building this trust segment. Okay, so that goes in the center. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is pointless. I don't know, but I feel like the more I stream, the more old school I get as well. The more I kind of like look at a lot of the newer concepts that Twitch keep coming out with, and it's just like, do we really need? Do we need that? I don't know. I'm an old school guy, and like whenever something new happens, it's like, is that actually going to add any value to your franchise? I don't think it does. It's just a gimmick. It's like the animated emotes. Like, everyone has animated emotes now. I don't understand why that's a thing. Like, why do we need animated emotes? But then I never understood emotes as a whole. Like, oh, I've just done those, by the way, and I forgot to turn it over. Mod view. Actually, yeah, mod view is a really good addition, Janice. Mod view is... I actually really like mod view. Whole KSP thing was thinking might be nice to do a mission to the stars type build, KSP build, a colony exploration ship, send something to deep space as a kind of a farewell KSP 1 when KSP 2 is released. That's not a bad idea. Because I've been tempted now for a while just to not pick up KSP 1 again until 2 is released, but more people to sub. Yeah, that's right, Fox. Yeah, people. Yeah, they're trying to grow their what's it base. It is a it is a business at the end of the day, so I guess it does make sense, right? I don't know. Sometimes some of the decisions that Twitch makes perplexes me because I don't view this channel as from a business point of view. But maybe I should. Maybe I should be doing that. I think Kath was one that like argued for that, like see a stream channel as a business rather than just a social environment, because you know Twitch itself is a business. Correct? Yeah, it is. No, you're right. It's just that I've never seen this personal stream as a business. I think that's the difference. Twitch is a business, and yeah, it's infuriating that it is. I think at times. I don't know. What was one of the? There was something that they released that I fundamentally, as a whole, really did not like. Oh, I think it was like sub reviews. So if you decide to unsub, the streamer can now see the reasons why you unsubbed. And fundamentally, when that first came out, I was like, and my knee-jerk reaction to that was, this is not a good idea. This is not going to help the mentality, like, neither me personally, like, as a personal thing, that's not going to help my mentality. I don't care if people sub or unsub or whatever. But I don't need to know why people are subbing or unsubbing, because then I will start caring, right? But I've kind of I thought about that, and that initial knee-jerk reaction is probably not the best way of looking at it, because the best way of looking at it is Twitch is a business, and if you're on Twitch as a business and you get funds from Twitch, you are also part of that business, right? Either as an independent contractor or however you want to see it, you are getting funds from a business. Like it's a business account. Bumble is a wanker. Yeah, you see, joking. I know you're joking about that, Janice, but actually, if I generally saw that, that would probably really that would fixate on my brain. I'm the sort of person that if I see a negative comment, I will fixate on that. I've got quite a lot of negativity in my life, like just from inside my head. I don't need other people to add things to that. Do you know what I mean? I think like one of the main arguments against that is, well, just don't look at it. If you don't trust yourself, don't look at it. But I mean, obviously my argument is that if it's there, you're gonna look. You know? I don't know. Humble is Soviet. No, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've got a very healthy streaming relationship with streaming, because I don't view it as a business. It's a hobby. It's a self-sufficient hobby, right? That's how I view it. And I think if I did view it as a business, that would fundamentally change my outlook on the stream, and I think the stream would suffer. I would suffer from it, because fundamentally, I'm definitely not good enough, talented enough, or have enough time to be able to make this a profitable, successful business. So why try, right? I guess it all depends on your motivations at the end of the day. I don't know. It's a tough one. It generally is a tough one, but it's not as clear and cut as, oh, I don't like this, or Twitch is too commercialized, or anything like that. It's not as simple as that, I don't think. I think it's a lot more complicated. There's a very big grey area when it comes to Twitch streaming. So I've actually skipped ahead there. Wasn't supposed to do that just yet, but that's fine. I don't know. Like I said, I generally really, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really stream as much anymore anyway, so I don't have the time for it. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. Whatever. And I think that's the trust segment done. Should we keep going with this? What time is it? Oh wow, it's actually quite late. I do need to go and get food at some point. I tried to stream kind of like a business. The reason why I push to stream more often is to get that flow and hopefully grow. Need to start doing more networking, but it's a pain to get going. A lot of searching for the stream I enjoy, watching a network with the streamers. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the key with streaming as a general rule is networking. Now, so to go on the like Twitch as a business kind of thing. What is TwitchCon? Let's ask that question. Well, for a lot of people, it's just a big party where people meet and gather and get drunk and have a lot of fun times. I don't know. I've never been to TwitchCon. I'm not really that interested in going to TwitchCon because of the fact that it is more of a hoo-ha party kind of thing than actually a networking thing for businesses. So I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I don't watch as much Twitch now as I used to. Like, I don't have the time. I actually watch a lot more YouTube, honestly. Oh. The next page is bag number 4. Do we want to do that today, or should we leave this here? So that's the trust segment. It's also a place to meet viewers and other streamers. Yeah, but why do you do that, Animal? So instead of seeing them as viewers, your viewers, to meet your viewers, you're meeting your customers or your consumers. Consumers is probably the better word. So it should, if that's the definition for that, then it should be a business, right? Like you should see that as a business. But if that's the case, why did they do all these Twitch parties and things where, like, the partner party thing where Twitch partners go and get drunk and have fun and, like, basically go clubbing? Like, why do they do that? So it's more than just meeting viewers and other streamers. If it was just meeting viewers and other streamers, then you are just networking. That's what you're doing. You're meeting your consumer base and potential other partners down the line, right? But it's a lot more than that, isn't it? Because there is that partying element to TwitchCon and that socializing element to TwitchCon, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I've never been to TwitchCon anyway, so I wouldn't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about, honestly. I'll be honest. I'm just curious. Question, do we want to build the rest of this tonight? Because we could do. How long does that take? It's only taken us 2 hours to get this far. We're halfway through the allotted bags. So we could probably finish this tonight, but up to you, dude. Yeah, I don't know whether I want to. I think I should probably stop and rest my voice for a bit because I can feel it going. It's starting to feel very scratchy. So maybe I should. Never got on with the whole clubbing scene. Don't know how I'd find TwitchCon now. I never got on with clubbing either. I'm an antisocial person. I have a feeling TwitchCon probably isn't like that. I'm probably imagining too much into it. But I definitely hear a lot of stories from like partner parties and things like that. that where alarm bells ring. Like, common sense alarm bells start ringing up here, and I'm like, that's not what I would want. I wouldn't want to be a part of that. I wouldn't want to be associated with that sort of behavior. So, hey Poseidon, hi. I've been looking for a while. Hey, sorry. We're at the moment we're kind of like chatting about TwitchCon and streaming and like perception of streaming at the moment. Yeah, the partner parties are. Like I said, there's a lot of stories that I've heard from those sort of stuff that really, for me, like, involve heavy drinking, poor judgment, and it's recipe for disaster. A lot of young people. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being an old fart. I don't know. I mean, I never understood that when I was like 19, whatever, however old these kids are. They're not in TwitchCon, they're around and outside it. I thought some of the partner parties were paid by Twitch. So some of the bigger streamers that have been with Twitch for a long time, like, used to do these parties and they would buy the partners drinks and stuff. Like, I thought that was a thing, but I don't know. I don't need alcohol for poor judgment. That's true. Like in normal social situations, you don't have to succumb to peer pressure. You don't have to, but sometimes it is quite difficult to avoid peer pressure. Like, you know, it is actually quite a powerful thing. Peer pressure is. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this conversation is kind of going beyond the scope of Twitch now at this point. We're kind of going into the realms of other things, but I don't know. Don't drink anyhow. Well, you guys know I've got a poor relationship with alcohol, so... yeah. I don't know, I feel like if I was put in that position, like, number one, I would have high levels of anxiety, because I tend not to socialize anymore. Like, I don't like meeting people I don't know. I really struggle with that. Like, once I've met them and I've got on with them, like, I'm fine in social situations, but it's meeting new people is high levels of anxiety. And in order to cope with that, that's when alcohol comes in, right? Like, because it naturally calms and suppresses your muscles. It's a relaxant and things like that, right? But because it's that, it also relaxes your judgment skills, and, you know, you don't have to go to those parties, that's true. I was planning to meet with, we were planning to go to dinner offsite. Nice, yeah. You see, again, I don't know, it's weird, because I'm not saying that that's all of what TwitchCon is, it's just that that's the perception that I've seen. So maybe it's just bad publicity for TwitchCons and stuff, I don't know. But again, like, going around and doing convention stuff anyway, like, that aside, it's not my cup of tea. I don't like going into confined spaces with lots of people. I never have. I like being outdoors. Like, I'm an outdoors person. I am. Which I realize I'm not outdoors now, I'm doing something, but I'm on my own here, this is fine. I like going outdoors. Like, I generally am an outdoorsy person. And if I'm not out, like, knocking around and stuff, then I get very isolated and stressed if there's a large volumes of people. Now, if they did TwitchCon, but up the side of a mountain, would be in a different territory. By the way. What's by the way? I think the people who you're talking about focused on the bad side of Con. You get to meet tons of people and network. You'll see the latest products and possible sponsorships, etc. Well, okay, yeah, so that is what I would have imagined TwitchCon was, right? Products, possible sponsorships, etc., etc., etc. Networking. That's what it should be. It should be a business convention. So the way that you've worded that there is exactly what my expectations of TwitchCon should be. But then on the flip side of that, if I'm not viewing this as a business, why would I ever need like sponsorships or why would I need to network, you know, because I'm not trying to grow my viewer base. I'm not trying to grow the stream. I don't think. I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. But then on the flip side of that, maybe I would enjoy myself more if I gave myself a small goal of, you know, increasing the channel. But I have a feeling that if I did that, it would be a hollow victory when you get there, if you have a goal. So I don't know. Yeah, it definitely is. People create business cards. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's actually really interesting, Janice. See, I've always been under the perception that it was more like Comic-Con, as opposed to what you're saying. I wouldn't do that, and literally was going to go there to meet people I wouldn't get to normally. Yeah, I guess so, Janice. I'll admit, though, it would be nice to meet people from Twitch. There's only like... I'm trying to think of the people that I have met through Twitch. Boz. I guess Earth to Lydia counts as well. But I knew her before I did Twitch and before she did Twitch, so... yeah, that's the limit. You go to the panels, they talk about up-and-coming features of Twitch. My friend saw the mod view years before it was released. Interesting. Okay. Again, I don't really care about the up-and-coming features of Twitch, though. Like, it happens as it happens. It's fine. I'm not inquisitive like that. As to meeting people, like... why does it need to be at a convention? Why can't you just say, hey, XYZ, let's go here and just spend a week together? I realize that... is that more difficult to organize? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Because I'll be honest, out of Twitch, again, like, social anxiety aside, right? The people that I generally would like to meet and spend time with is probably yourself, Animal, Discount. Discount's probably the easiest one out of all of these, and definitely Kath, right? Like, and there are others as well, but like, talked about camping trips, and then COVID happened, yeah. LODA, community that you're a part of, a con of your own. Okay, so you were gonna kind of do your own thing. Okay, you see, that would interest me more. That would interest me more. Because there's obviously less people there. It's not going to be crowded or anything like that. It's going to be a lot easier to interact. I don't care enough about Twitch to go to the Twitch convention. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is that I tend not to care too much about Twitch. Maybe I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Just meet people outside that we're going anyway. Yeah. Well, maybe that's the thing. Yeah, maybe that is a thing. Maybe you just don't go to the TwitchCon and do the thing. TwitchCon's in Amsterdam this time, isn't it? Because I know I was planning to go to Berlin, the EU version. I was planning to go to Berlin around the same time that TwitchCon was on, and I was tempted, because at the time I was playing on the family roleplay server, and there was a lot of European role players on there that I wouldn't have mind saying hey to, and they were all going to be there, and they were all there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the time off work, and the actual times never really aligned, so I never actually went. So then I kind of was like, well, maybe I'll do it in Amsterdam. Amsterdam, I've got more motivation to do that because Animal is Dutch, you know, Science Dutch. It would be easier. Hey, Boz, how are you? Am I talking trash? Yeah, I'm talking bullshit right now. Like, we're talking about meeting people through Twitch, and look who arrives. It's almost as though someone told you. I'm not Dutch. Hey, Boz, miss you too, Boz. How's your new job going? How's that? How's your new job going, Boz? I don't think I ever congratulated you. Congratulations, by the way. How's that going? I bet it's a time sink. I bet it's a time sink, right? Say it with me, Mr. Womble. No, I don't know what that means. I'm not saying that. Lots to learn. So many tech issues. So what exactly are you doing, Boz? So yeah, no, we'll talk about meeting people IRL, like from Twitch, and like going to TwitchCon and things like that. Like, it's not something that I've ever been personally interested in. Mainly because I don't care enough, I think, about Twitch itself to go to a convention about Twitch. I'm already quite a withdrawn person anyway, socially, and just having a bunch of strangers in the room is quite scary for me. I don't know. But then Jenna's made the counterpoint of, well, don't go to TwitchCon, just go to the same area at the same time and then meet up with people outside of the convention and spend time with the people you want to meet, which is actually probably what I would more do. That would be pretty fun. And I suppose actually the advantage of like having TwitchCon, let's talk about the advantages, because I've been very negative against TwitchCon and conventions in general. So let's talk about advantages. Working for a VFX company, editorial department, so more project management. Oh, project management. Interesting. Interesting. Project management. That's cool, dude. VFX company. Are you allowed to say which VFX company, or are you keeping that private? Because obviously it's one that will be based in London. I'm curious to know whether I've came across it before or not. Probably not. Maybe. I presume it's one based in London. It might not be. You might be working remotely. Private, but if you want to know, you can DM. Yeah, send me the DM, boss. I'm interested because I'm curious whether I've came across it before. Having very badly worked in the industry and got fired from said industry. I'm curious. Yeah, no, that's private. I won't release. That's cool. No, I'm curious. But yeah, no, next time I'm in London, I'll let you know. I haven't actually been in London for ages. The job that I had before lockdown that let me go down to London all the time, I've kind of lost that job, so I'm not going to be in London that often. But next time I'm down your way, I'll hit you up, dude. I could go for another romantic meal for two. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. But yeah, no, what I'm kind of like saying with like the whole TwitchCon, actually I don't know what I am saying, because I'm kind of like split in like two different directions, right? I'm kind of like torn by it. I don't know, I feel like there's too much of a subculture on Twitch that go to like these conventions. Like, it's too much of the majority that go to these conventions and just want to get drunk and, like, that's not the one I was thinking about. Oh, I know that one. Oh. Ah, okay. Yep. Well done. Well done. Well done. Anyway, sorry. Got distracted. What was I saying? Yeah, they are. Yeah, I know where I've... Yeah, anyway. Doesn't matter. I won't... I'll just say it's bigger than the one I was thinking of. Let's just put it that way. I've obviously never worked with them. But now I know someone who does. Well done, sir. Well done. Anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? I've forgotten. I've lost my train of thought. I don't know. It's weird to me. I'm not really someone who likes going out of the way and like interacting and socializing with people. So I don't know. Maybe I should be more open about it. Maybe that's something I should be doing. Maybe I should be pushing myself a little bit further and further horizons and stuff. Like it has been difficult over the last couple of years to do that because obviously the pandemic and things. Anyway, I think I'm done with this for tonight. I realize I've ranted and like we've been speaking about a lot of different things. I'm gonna head out because I can feel my throat going again. And I'm ill and I should probably go and make some food and have something to eat. Potentially we'll be back with this tomorrow. Yeah, potentially we'll be back with this tomorrow and we'll finish this off, I think, because it should probably take like another 2 hours, I think, to finish. We were quite slow today, so there's that. But the next page is I think I tabbed out. I did tab out. Is that one, right? So we're on bag 4 next. So we'll do that. We'll start that tomorrow. And I don't think this is going to take as long as what I thought it was. Scale-wise, it's actually a lot smaller than I thought it was as well. So that's... it's not necessarily disappointing, but it's interesting that it's smaller than I thought it was. Anyway, chat, I'm gonna go and like head out because, you know, I'm ill and I need food